Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. I know your time is valuable, and we want to make sure that we excite you and get you really interested in joining us on board Rocky Mountaineer and taking on the great Calgary Stampede. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Tamara Mallon. I'm with Fresh Tracks Canada, and my fabulous co-host today is Lauren Swick from the Calgary Stampede Tourism. So as mentioned, I know your time is valuable, and so we're going to cover a lot, but we will do our best to keep this in our time frame. We want to talk about some new and exclusive offers for 2026, some travel tips from us, the Canadian insiders, and how to personalize your train vacations. And more importantly, a special offer just for you for attending today. So, as I said, a special offer. We do have some incredible offers, and Lauren is here with me today to talk about this. So, once I share some of the new itineraries, talk about the exciting ways that we can personalize this trip, we will then tell you about the offers available and one more reason why you should contact us today to book these. A little bit about Fresh Tracks Canada. We have been in business for approximately 30 years. We're here to help you design unforgettable vacations across Canada. Our local experts, or as we like to call them, the insiders, are here to put together that perfect package for you. So how can we personalize this? We're going to build an itinerary around your pace, your preferences, any requests you may have. We're going to curate your activities. So whether this be highlights of a trip, finding those hidden gems, exploring with, large groups on some of our tours, or if you wanted just a private tour, we can do that as well. We have exclusive partnerships. We work with both rail companies, Via Rail and Rocky Mountaineer. We have wonderful partnerships with our hoteliers, from the Fairmonts to small boutique hotels. And as I mentioned, we work with all different ground handlers and tour operators, so we can find that perfect fit to make the itinerary exactly as you would like. Canada is the second largest geographical country in the world. It is a very large country. Most of our population hugs the US border. That said, our population base is actually quite small. We at Fresh Tracks Canada really kind of work with three specific travel styles: Northern Lights Canada, Polar Bears, and Canadian train vacations. Today, we're going to focus primarily on that and the Canadian Rockies, so British Columbia and Alberta. But that said, we do sell all of Canada. So if you're interested in Atlantic Canada, maybe history and culture, or a polar bear safari, we're here to help you with those. Did you know, fun fact, Canada invented basketball and Hawaiian pizza? It's true. Most people don't believe it, but it is true. So train travel in Canada. Why choose train travel in Canada? Well, train travel in Canada is one of our most important ways to get around. It is actually what connected Canada from east to west. So historically, these tracks were built long before roads were, and that means you have front row seats to some of the most breathtaking landscapes that you cannot see from a car. It's also about just slowing down, taking in the time, savoring the journey, meeting new friends, having wonderful food, and just sitting back and taking it all in. I think that's probably the most exciting part about rail travel. Today's trains are comfortable, accessible, unhurried. The food is gourmet meals with all your drinks on board. And again, it's about, one day seeing the mountains and the next the ocean. It really makes it so you have that slow down pace from chasing airport to airport with that hurry up and wait or delay mentality. Rocky Mountaineer. Most of our itineraries today that we're going to talk about include the beautiful Rocky Mountaineer. Rocky Mountaineer is an all-daylight luxury train. It travels seasonally from mid-April to mid-October, and it travels primarily in the Canadian Rockies. All of our itineraries can be purchased either traveling eastbound or westbound. When we say all daylight hour train, I know for some people this is hard to imagine, but the reason why you do it is so you see the sights. During the days, you have prime optimal viewing, and then at night, you're going to sleep in hotels, and that is included in the price. We jokingly say this way you see the sights, you don't sleep through the sights. And while some people like the idea of sleeping on the train, I promise you there is nothing better than getting off, having your own bed, a nice washroom, a great night's sleep, and then the next day you board the train and you're ready for the next day. You smell the coffee and croissant and you're like, bring it on. Why Rocky Mountaineer? First class hospitality. The hosts are storytellers. They're engaging. They're going to talk about the floral and the fauna. Maybe you have a special request you'd like, milk in your coffee instead of a creamer. They're going to do everything they can to make this experience memorable. The hosts actually really can kind of take that trip to the next level. While you're on board, they're not only going to talk about the history, but you know what? They're going to remind you, okay, come up now. In about 5 miles, we're going to have a milestone. Get your camera ready. So as you're digging, getting your camera ready, you're all standing there with your camera, looking out the window on the left. All of a sudden, there's a bear, and your host is bear on the right. And so it's not only seeing those sights, it's taking in everything that the great outdoors has to offer you. The food on board Rocky Mountaineer, their executive chef Caleb is known for his farm to fresh table food, and he will do everything he can each season to create regionally inspired cuisine that features, local ingredients from salmon to Alberta beef. While on board the train as well, they can accommodate most dietary needs, and they will go out of their way to ensure that you have the freshest ingredients. This isn't only just food, this does also include the drinks. While on board Rocky Mountaineer, all of your meals, drinks, non-alcoholic and alcoholic are included, as well as your luggage handling, and again, that midpoint hotel. So you're going to have BC wines, maybe local Alberta breweries. Again, it's about being immersed in the destination. Rocky Mountaineer has 2 levels of service, Silverleaf and Goldleaf, and the biggest difference is the physical hardware or the actual train equipment itself. I promise you the views are equally as spectacular, whether you're in Silverleaf or Goldleaf, and the attention to detail and service is the same in both. Silverleaf is a 1-story glass dome car. It's very tall, lofty. It tends to be a little more casual, fun. The hosts themselves, there is 2 hosts for the guests on board here. And I've always found when traveling in Silverleaf that they kind of banter back and forth and create that kind of sense of continuity and laughter within the Silverleaf car. Silverleaf has what we call seat-side dining. It is still going to be real cutlery, real linen. You're going to receive a menu. However, it does provide you that comfort of eating at your seat. It means you can pop up and take a picture at any time, or if you'd like to walk to the breezeway and get a little bit of fresh air, you can. Goldleaf service is what's called a bi-level glass dome car. The upper level you'll see in the picture here is where you're going to sit back and enjoy the scenery. While downstairs, those 5 windows are the formal sit-down dining room and the beautiful outdoor vestibule. So here you can accommodate anywhere between 12 to 16 guests, where in Silverleaf in the breezeway, it can accommodate 4. The meals on board Goldleaf are wonderful a la carte. So as you come downstairs, the hosts are going to seat you with other guests. So you might have breakfast with Brits, lunch with Aussies, talk to fellow Americans and Canadians, all while watching the beautiful scenery go by. All right, what's new for 2026? So the Americas are hosting the world-renowned FIFA World Cups this year. And in honor of this, Rocky Mountaineer has created a special package for 2026 only to highlight the best of the best. These packages include a new route that we are calling Passage to the Peaks. It will include Banff to Jasper with your overnight stay in Kamloops. This will be available during June and July only, limited departures, and it really encompasses, as I said, the history of the rail plus the wilderness of the Rockies, and best yet, of course, this means you can add on the Calgary Stampede. So the first route you will be taking is Banff to Kamloops. On this route, you're going to pass through the spiral tunnels. The spiral tunnels are an engineering marvel of the world. There are only two in the world like it. And the Stony Creek Bridge. This is probably one of the most picturesque areas of this route. On your second day or first, depending which direction you're traveling, you will be traveling from Kamloops to Jasper. Here you're going to pass Pyramid Falls, where if you're standing outside in the vestibules, you can actually feel the mist of the falls. And of course, again, this is because these tracks were built long before roads were. And Mount Robson. Mount Robson is the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies. It actually has its own weather. So the fun part is, like, will we see the peak of Mount Robson? Even on the most clear day, you'll always see a little bit of cloud hovering around the peak of Mount Robson. So here's a few examples of these limited edition itineraries. This would be the best option for a nice quick getaway, your 7-day, 6-night, 2-day on board the train. Again, this is during June and July of 2026. This will include 3 nights in Banff, that train route that I just spoke about from Banff to Kamloops, and then Kamloops to Jasper, the Icefield Parkways, and of course then all of the Canadian Rockies has to offer, from waterfalls to wildlife, everything you can want in a 1-week trip. This will start to and from Calgary, which is the perfect gateway to the Calgary Stampede. Our second, if you have a little bit more time, just adding a little bit into this, would include the fabulous stay at Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. This is that picture perfect moment that everyone wants. And if you can, I would definitely say walk along Lake Louise up to the tea house. It is just such a great addition to your stay at Lake Louise. And those of you who have a gift of time, this itinerary actually is kind of a shortened version of one of our best sellers, which is Across Canada from Toronto to Vancouver. But now we've taken the best of the best and included more stay and play time in the Canadian Rockies. So this will also include that 2-night stay in Lake Louise that we just discussed. But here, you're also going to be traveling with Via Rail from Toronto to Jasper, and it will include a 1-night stay in Niagara on the Lake. Niagara on the Lake is just the most quaint little town, and of course it is the doorstep to the ice wines. So Via Rail is our traditional sleep on board train. It is our Canadian National Rail. You will be on board this train on that last itinerary for 3 nights. You have a variety of options. Here you're going to see the standard private sleeper cars, but we have access to the beautiful prestige cars as well. So why travel with Fresh Tracks Canada? As I talked about, we make our itineraries just for you. We know that everyone's travel and desires is unique and special to you. So our team of insiders are going to personalize everything. So if you'd like to add on a few extra nights and extend your stay, maybe add an add-on to Vancouver, we can help you with that. You'd like to change your direction of itinerary. As I mentioned, you can travel eastbound or westbound. So you can travel from Banff up to Jasper or Jasper on the way back down to Banff. Different levels of service. We talked about Gold Leaf and Silver Leaf. Maybe you'd love to stay at the Fairmonts, or you'd like some of the smaller hotels along Banff Avenue. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help personalize all of these itineraries to your needs and wants. Devil's in the details, as they say. I think we've talked about this, but we will do everything we can to ensure that we mix and match exactly what you want to get the perfect itinerary. This has to be one of the most beautiful pictures here. This is Calgary, which is the gateway to the Calgary Stampede. And now I want to hand it over to Lauren, my co-host.
Thanks, Tamara. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Calgary and the Calgary Stampede, a 10-day festival in July. And I'm going to show you a video that really gives a breadth of experience because it's so hard to speak to with everything that's going on. So let's start off higher level, which is Calgary at a glance. So Calgary is a great location to kick off or wind down your vacation with international air access and one of our 2 national air carriers, WestJet, calling it home. Located just an hour from the Rocky Mountains and home to over 1.3 million residents, we are known as the Blue Sky City, and we are Canada's sunniest major city. Summer's a great time to visit. Long, warm days and a vibrant city packed with festival goers and outdoor enthusiasts is what you'll be greeted with. One of my favorite post-Stampede activities is floating down the Bow River after the 10 days of cowboy boot wearing. So let's talk a little bit about what Stampede is. People often think of our 2 main marquee events when a topic comes up, the rodeo and our grandstand show. And while these are certainly key events, there's so much more to do than this 10-day citywide festival. From midway rides to adventurous foods, the largest music festival in Western Canada, and so much free with admission programming that you're going to need multiple days to check it out, it guarantees that there's something for everyone at the Calgary Stampede. So I'm going to let this video up next do the speaking for me, just due to the breadth of experiences. Cue video.
It's time for the greatest setting, the greatest city, spectacle, and people at the greatest outdoor show on earth, the Calgary Stampede.
Every year I walk into this arena, it gives you chills.
Oh, Canada, let's go!
Rock riding time, boys.
I don't know why anybody would want to mic me up.
I don't know much, but I know I'm good looking.
You'll be a bad son of a gun.
Tenacity and triumphs
Is Zeke's house.
at the world's largest outdoor rodeo.
There's other rodeos that say they're as good. They're just not.
Tractors are off, let's go.
There's a whole herd and the charge is underway.
Time for the greatest wagons, pounding hooves, wheels of fire.
The Mecca of chuck wagon racing.
You make enough moves, you get to be king.
A spellbinding story of synchronicity, relentlessness, and the majestic equine spirit. A prairie tradition. It's time for the greatest vibe. Jeans, boots, chaps, hats, energy, ecstasy.
The whole city comes alive.
You've never felt an energy like it.
It's electric. I get chills just thinking about it.
We're gonna have some beer.
More than 100 years of history.
It has truly earned the name, the greatest outdoor show on earth.
Well over 1 million people. And over 1 million up for grabs.
Paid? I've just been doing this for fun.
It's time to rock out. Let the stock out.
Oh, that better be money. Dude, that thing felt so good.
Thanks, honey.
To our wild western tradition, the unmistakable, the unrivaled.
I'm a 2-year-old.
Stampede is the greatest.
Greatest outdoor show on earth.
From daytime to nighttime. Now, it's Stampede time.
So as you can see from that video, there's a lot to see and do when you visit the Stampede, but we'll start out with our rodeo. So the Calgary Stampede Rodeo features the world's best competitors and animals, and every afternoon at 1:30 p.m. during the 10 days, cowboys and cowgirls compete in a thrilling display of skill and grit, and with every win building towards a showdown Sunday at the world's largest outdoor rodeo. The Stampede Rodeo features 7 major rodeo events, which are bareback riding, steer wrestling, saddle bronc riding, tie-down roping, ladies barrel racing, bull riding, and introduced last year ladies breakaway roping. Our other ticketed event is our evening show. So every night at 7:30 p.m., the Calgary Stampede presents the world's most unique doubleheader, the evening show, which features the Rangeland Derby chuck wagon races and the Indigenous relay races, followed by a grandstand show spectacular. At the heart of the Stampede since 1923, the iconic Rangeland Derby features 27 of the world's best chuck wagon drivers and their equine teams thundering around the track in a rich show of competition and tradition. When the last wagon rolls across the finish line, prepare to see the best Indigenous relay racing teams in North America take to the track to show off their incredible horsemanship skills. Riders mounted bareback race around the track at top speed and then leap off their horse onto another before taking off for another lap as a human baton. And then you finish the evening with the grandstand show, which dazzles audiences with elaborate song and dance numbers from our young Canadians, acrobatics, and concludes with a spectacular fireworks finale in the night sky. You saw a little of our free with admission programming in the video, but here's a few examples from last year. So we had our dog bowl, which comes back year over year, a surge basketball game at the Saddle Dome here, a Stampede show band, which performs multiple times throughout the day, Monster Energy Compound with the guy on the motorbike over there, our First Nations powwow, which sees competitors from across North America come to win the grand prize for each category, and the Kids Midway with a bluey meet and greet featured here. Stampede is also really known for its music. So from emerging artists to headliners across country, pop, and rock, the music lineup appeals to all ages. Our Coca-Cola stage saw big names last year, including the Arkells, Diplo, and Callio. And Nashville North is our country music party tent, similar to a honky tonk. Our Big Four Roadhouse skews a little bit older for talent, but still really still a very big seller with across Stampede. And our Stampede concert series, of course, which saw Shania Twain perform this year, who is also our parade marshal, excuse me. So we bundle this all together for you because one day is just not enough to see it all. And this is our 2-day thrill package. So 2 marquee experiences are bundled to ensure you have enough time to see all we have to offer, which includes a 1 main level rodeo seat reserved, 1 main balcony level evening show seat, 1 Calgary Stampede souvenir program, a Calgary Stampede cowboy hat, 1 Calgary Stampede tote bag, 2 one-way tickets across Stampede Park on our WestJet Sky Ride, and 15% off at the Lamley's Western store to get yourself all dudded up. And that brings me to the end of the Stampede. I'm going to pass this back to Tamara. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren. I never
you.
know what's the most exciting. I've gone many years if it's the women's barrel racing, the powwows. I do know I've spent quite a bit of money at Lamley's myself. So I myself get excited about this package. Thank you everyone for bearing with us today. So we want to tell you about some exclusive offers. So as I mentioned, this Rocky Mountaineer Passage to the Peaks itinerary is only available in 2026, June to July. That said, I do want to let you know that we have great itineraries and exclusive offers all year round. However, today, for this specific itinerary set, we'd like to tell you that you're going to receive up to $1,200 per couples in savings towards your Calgary Stampede trip add-ons. So this is going to include 3 nights downtown Calgary hotel, your 2-day thrill package that Lauren just walked you through, and airport transfer time to accommodate your flights. You really couldn't ask for much more than that. Let's make planning easy. Our travel insiders are here to speak to you. So whether you schedule a call or call right now, we're here to help you create those personalized itineraries that accommodate all of your needs. Again, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you on board this summer.